Hey, you horror-loving freaks. This is Eric Bindle. You may know me from the Horrorholics or Home Video Holocaust. But right now, what's most important is that you are watching Mr. Tony of the Dead. Cheers.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. And this one's going to be on The Cellar. This is from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's directed by Kevin Tenney. This movie is about this family who picks up from the big city and moves into this house on this nowhere location, like it's in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and the father has a job that he has to do while he's there, and his son comes in to see him this one time a year that he gets his visitation rights to see him. And when they get there, the son starts exploring the area and he's finding some kind of strange, weird stuff. There's like these Native American incantations on the place. And of course, something goes wrong, and now there's something loose on the property. Movie came out in 1989, and it's a little under an hour and a half long. And this stars one of the greatest names in cinema history, I think, is Patrick Kilpatrick. Such a great name. Usually plays a bad guy in everything he does, Class of 1999, Death Warrant, other movies. But in this one, he played like a father, and he actually got to try out a different side of himself, because he's always cast for like the bad guy. And on here it just says, Minority Report. A lot of people know him for that, but he's in so many things. I know him from Class of 1999, and he just has the look of a bad guy, but yet in here he, like I said, shows a totally different side of himself. And he played a really good father figure who is afraid of letting down his son, trying not to show his that he can be scared of things, because he only gets to see his son once a year, and it really kind of sucks. And now he's out here in Texas doing this job, and his son comes out there to visit him, and the son's looking forward to it all the time. And the son's an adventurous type of person. And but before the movie starts, it actually shows it's like back in like the 20s or 30s, and there's this little boy in the property, and they're digging for oil, and they're not finding anything. And then they go down deep, and they hit something, but it's not oil. And there's like these, it's kind of in a way it's kind of lame. It's like this like Native American thing stuck in the ground, like a staff or something, and it has like rabbit feet on it and everything, like there's like this incantation on it to keep this thing that's supposed to be like this ancient Native American kind of demon kind of thing at bay, basically. And this gets disrupted, and therefore the demon gets loose on the property. And it's like these underground tunnels and stuff too, but it's like stays in this one location. And so it's bound by like this location. Like they have the rabbit feet. The little kid takes the rabbit feet, and he has it the whole time, and it's like keeps the demon away. And now flash forward to nowadays, and that little kid is old. He owns a property, sells it to Patrick Kilpatrick and his family, and then they again they start to notice problems because the demon's always been loose on that property. It's just like it doesn't go anywhere else. And now they're starting to see things happening. The father knows something's there, but he doesn't want to show that his son that he's afraid. And he starts to change his personality over time. He turns from like this lovingly, goofy, sweet father to like this very, very angry man. And like just really angry. And the son obviously sees something that is there, and he's trying to capture proof of it because nobody believes him that there's like something going on. and his stepmother is played by Suzanne Savoy, I believe her name is, and they have a brand new baby. And the first thing I think is, this something happens to this baby, I'm gonna be pissed off. And luckily, spoiler alert, nothing happens to the baby, but uh, he ends up, the little kid starts to take responsibility for her, for his little sister, now protecting her, protecting his family. And he's just trying to capture proof of this thing, and he's also trying to kill it at the same time. And the kid's like a Macaulay Culkin, except if the traps he set would kill somebody. It's basically that. First, and that's another thing. How is nobody watching this kid get this stuff? He sets up a trap where the first off, their basement is like full of water, and there's a big hole in there with like to a tunnel, and they just let it go. I would have that thing fucking sealed up quick. And like, I don't know, it's just like, it was just very strange to me, like that this shit got let go, but whatever. And then this kid gets his hand on dynamite and all this other stuff. And nobody sees this. Nobody's watching him. It's crazy. But the kid's a very, very likable kid, like very adventurous. At first, when you see him, you think, oh, is he going to be a troublemaker? Like, is he going to be a troublemaker? I guess to an adult, he might seem to be a troublemaker, but he's really not. He's just protecting his family and everything, and nobody believes him. I mean, who's going to believe a kid or anybody saying like there's a monster, in the basement or whatever? Which this was off of a book. I believe the book was called Monster in the Basement or something like that. But I didn't read the book. And the thing that was with this movie is that there was a director in the beginning, and things went sour, so they called in Kevin Tenney, who directed like Night of the Demons and Witchboard and so many other things. And there's an interview with him on here. I got to meet him once when I went to it was a few years ago. Went to a short story here. I went to a convention, and pretty much almost everybody from Night of the Demons was there, except for Amelia Kincaid, and which is funny, now she does conventions, so she didn't really do them back then. But I got to meet everybody, and one of them was Kevin, and I had, like, I don't know faces. I'm kind of the kind of guy, like, I won't look up the person who does the voice of a cartoon or something, um, because I don't want to lose the magic. And at the time, I guess I loved the movie Night of the Demons. I never looked anything up on it, so I had no idea what the director looked like, and he was going to sign the picture for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, and he's like, yeah, you might as well have the director sign it. I'm like, oh shit, I felt like such an idiot, but I had no idea who it was. And then when I saw that it was him that directed this, like, he came in and kind of took over and tried to make things right for the mess that there was a big mess with this. It's all in the interview if you watch this. There's like a big mess in the beginning, things, how they worked out and everything, and like he came in and tried to fix it. And there's on here, there's this version, there's a regular version that everybody probably saw on VHS or whatever. I never saw it before until now, but there's that version, and then there's the director's cut, which is only been seen like at a festival once and like one other showing, and it's his own copy, and that's on here for everybody to see, the one he directed, because of course stuff got cut out then, but this is all his. It's the director's cut. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch the original one, so I can't even compare, but he said there's like they hated it, the cast hated it, the soundtrack is different now, but what is on here for the director's cut I think is fine. I like the movie. I do like the movie. I thought it was really good. It's like a PG-13 horror movie basically, though, but I don't even think that when I was going in. Like, it was just like there were scary enough elements that kept me, interested in watching it. But I won't get into too much of that because it's all in the interview on here. They talk to everybody, talk to the director and all that. Chris Miller, who played Willie, the little kid, he's really made a name for himself as well. They pretty much all have. But he wasn't on the interview, which I would have loved to have seen him on here talking about this movie, because the kid stole the show. Like usually kids in movies, I'll be honest, the kid in the very beginning of the movie kind of got on my nerves. He was like just an annoying kid, like taking like, oh wow, rabbit feet, and then he just take off and like no care for anything else but himself, and that's what started everything. Um, as that little kid is older, he's fine. You know, he's a nice old man and befriends Willie, and now Willie, like I said, Chris Miller, is in a lot of things, like a lot of DreamWorks and animated stuff, and crazy like what Chris Miller has done now. But so it would have been great to see him on here. And then Susan Savoy, very beautiful woman, uh, still very beautiful. She does an interview in here as well, and she's made a name for herself as well. So it's really cool to see the cast come back just for this movie and everything. During the interview, like I said, they talked to Kevin Tenney and everything, and he's very a very cool guy. He can joke about things, laugh. He's like a human. He's not a robot or anything. Very comical. And then, of course, the special effects guy, whose name is escaping me at the moment, but he is the other guy that I really enjoyed watching in this interview. He's done so many things that you've probably seen 100,000 times and never realized who he was. Again, I can't give you his name because I can't remember, but he was like my other one that I thought was great during the interview. He wasn't holding anything back. He's like, fuck it, and telling his opinion on stuff. And he had some fun stories as well. Like, it was just really, really great. And of course, how the monster looks and everything, like how the ideas were coming about it, and what they ended up with. And it was just, it's a really great, it's an extended documentary, actually. It's from chicken shit to chicken salad, I think it's called. And that's basically what it said. Like, I had chicken shit and then I made it chicken salad. So like the movie, it's pretty neat. But yeah, I thought the movie looked really good, and I thought it sounded good, and the captions were fine, and it's a 2K scan and everything. So yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm glad I got to see it. I'm not sure if I ever heard of this before. I know I never saw it, but it's definitely worth a watch. I think it's fun. Again, watching it, I didn't even realize that it was PG-13, and it's fine. Like, don't let that, like, oh, it's PG-13, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, don't let that discourage you. It's fine. Like, it's fine. PG-13. A good, you know, good horror movie. For a PG-13, I enjoyed it. And as much as they think the demon, how he looks and everything, I thought it was pretty cool. And there's stories about the guy that goes into the suit of the monster, like where they were filming like at a hotel and that, and not filming at a hotel, but that guy at a hotel. And so it's funny, But I liked how the monster looked. It was a little weird, it wasn't like super scary, but this thing is like rips people apart, and it's kind of scary. But it I don't know. I'm desensitized. The only thing that scared me was the nun. She's terrifying, but whatever. But I thought this was a good watch. I enjoyed it. And now I'm going to show you what's inside here. And here you have the slip cover, and inside, of course, is the Blu-ray case. That's a pretty cool slip cover, I gotta say. That's pretty scary looking. People always are like, if you look down the stairs and you saw that coming at you, what would you do? And that's a scary image. So there's not much to it. This is embossed a little bit. And the eyes, they're a little glary. You can see there a little bit of a glare to it. You got the spine, and there's what I was talking about. I don't know what, a staff or whatever, and then you get the spine there. And then here, of course, you have the reversible artwork, but this is the front one, and this is the reversed one, which honestly I don't really care for at all, really. It's not for me. But I definitely think this one is the winner. I think this one is very, very cool. And on the inside here, you have the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray is region A, B, and C. So yeah, there's nothing really on the inside. You know, you don't get a poster or anything. You get the reversible artwork, which is cool, but the reversed artwork I don't like at all. But it does have really, really good interviews on here and commentary and stuff like that. You know, the usual kind of things. And I think it's a good addition for you. I think it looks good and sounds good. Like I said, I check all that stuff. But I was fine with it. I sat down and just watched it straight through. I don't even think I paused it or anything. I just watched the movie, which is a good sign, you know, because then it's like something that might have distracted me and I didn't let it. But yeah, it was definitely a cool, fun watch, and I enjoyed it. And I was shocked to see that Kevin Tenney, if I'm even saying that right, uh, directed this. So that was a bonus too. When I saw it was him, I was like, oh man, I like it even more. Like I just Night of the Demons is one of my favorite my favorite horror movies, and you know, I just loved it. I love that movie, and to see that he came in and took over, you know, of course, made it even better. Knowing that there's another version out there that I haven't seen, and now I saw his director's cut. I honestly don't even want to see the other one. If maybe one day I will, but I just went right to the director's cut. I always go right to the director's cut when there's one, and sometimes it's not as good as the original, to be honest. So maybe I should check it out, but right now I thought the director's cut was fine, and you get it on here. You get the director's cut and commentary for that. Then you get the original cut from the VHS and also commentary for that. So you get like even Kevin Tenney says, you get hours of material in here, you know, on the special features. So if you know, you can watch this for a long time. There's a lot of stuff in here, and it's a really cool addition. And I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I got it. I mean, I'm a subscriber to Vinegar Syndrome, but this is one of the ones that I really like from them, and I really enjoy it. I recommend it. I recommend it. But that's all I'm going to say. Thank you everybody for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box below. I will put a trailer below for this, but like I always say, proceed with caution. May contain spoilers. Well, that's everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.